See all you beautiful people out there today. Before we free the weed, I'm going to free this microphone. So I've been getting a lot of emails lately, a lot of letters from President Obama, which I think has been really thoughtful, and he's been asking for $13 every day. I've been giving him $13, but I thought it would be okay, since we're pen pals now, for me to write him a letter. And this is my letter to the President of the United States. Dear Mr. President, I have seen the future, and it is in the past. A past that included laws mandating all American farmers to grow hemp. A past where hemp was a currency and you could actually pay your taxes in hemp. How many of you out there would like to pay your 2012 taxes in hemp? No, I sure would. Our founding fathers considered hemp to be this nation's most valuable crop. Hemp is the first necessity to the wealth and protection of the country, said Thomas Jefferson. Make the most of the hemp seed and sow it everywhere, said George Washington. Our founding fathers knew that hemp helped win our independence from Britain, for it made the ropes and the sails and the clothing we needed to fight for our freedom. We've always had the ability in America to farm our way to energy independence. We can grow our own fuel. We have the ability right now to run our cars on hemp ethanol for as low as 50 cents a gallon. We can create our own economic prosperity while guaranteeing national security. We are the only industrialized country in the world that does not legally grow its own hemp. Consequently, we are getting left in the dust on a multi-billion-dollar industry. And many of you out there today think this is because medical marijuana is still federally illegal in this country because it's a Schedule I drug with no medicinal value. All of you out there know that this is a lie. Marijuana was made illegal in this country in 1937 because hemp threatened the profits of the major industrialists at the time. Rudolph Diesel created his first diesel engine to run on hemp, and that threatened Rockefeller's Standard Oil. The superior hemp pulp threatened the Hearst lumber monopoly in their newspapers, which were, of course, all printed from wood pulp. DuPont had created nylon, and hemp threatened their interests. Throw in alcohol lobbyists, cartels, and then bam, 45 seconds later on the Senate floor, America's first special interest groups by the passing of the 1937 Marijuana Tax Stamp Act. The creation of this bogus law has been the greatest heist of an essential resource in U.S. history. You need to understand that marijuana is unjustly still a Schedule I illegal drug in this country because its non-THC carrying cousin, industrial hemp, is oil. Hemp is oil. Remember, the original diesel engines were designed to run on hemp oil. So think about this. Why else would industrial hemp still be illegal to be grown in this country? We have a $9.6 trillion deficit in the U.S., and one sign of the pen, we could be raking in billions of dollars while cleaning up the planet and growing our own oil. It seems like something we'd be able to agree on, doesn't it? It seems like something a shrewd politician would want to take credit for. Re-legalizing industrial hemp in this country could be the cash crop America's looking for. It's a billion-dollar crop with 25,000 uses. It can make everything from dynamite to hempcrete for building to cellophane. Add those dollars to the $6.2 billion raised yearly if you tax marijuana like alcohol and tobacco, and the $8 billion in savings in revenue when you stop arresting people, and the $7 billion that you would be creating in this new American pot entertainment / hospitality industry, and you've got yourself a real stimulus package, Mr. President. Even a stoner can tell that that's a lot of money being left on the table. You, Mr. President, could be the first U.S. president to take credit for this amazing crop by re-legalizing the very plant that helped build America in the first place. I want you to imagine no more foreign oil wars. I want you to think about who's getting rich off these wars and who's paying for them with our lives. We are. Believe me, hemp is more dangerous to the federal government than medical marijuana has ever been. Too many people in this country are staying wealthy by keeping hemp illegal, but the ones suffering for it are you, my fellow Americans. And if you look to history, you'll understand why. Even though a majority of voters are now in favor of marijuana legalization, our government is still arresting 850,000 people a year over a damn plant. A plant that's been serving us as food, as fiber and fuel and medicine from the dawn of mankind. And a plant, by the way, that has never killed anyone. It makes me mad. Do Democrats get mad? Yeah. You should be getting mad enough to get involved. The American drug war has been one of the costliest wars in America's history, with over $1 trillion spent. How about a war that we can win, Mr. President? How about a war that helps the American people instead of harms them? How about a war on shitty schools? How about a war on poverty and hunger? To you, Mr. President, I will tell you, if you lose this election, it will be because of frustration over the American economy. How can you continue to spend $8.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws each year, enforcing laws that the states themselves have overturned? Mr. President, you said yourself, when I was a kid, I inhaled frequently. That was the point. Today, if a young African American were to get busted for pot possession, there goes the college scholarships due to your unjust and still racist laws for marijuana possession. There's hypocrisy here. I hope you all see it like I do. So, Mr. President, I skipped a page here. If you look to your history, you should be mad. Mad enough to protect patients' rights and stop penalizing dispensaries in states like Montana that have passed medical marijuana laws with 81% of the vote. If you keep trumping state laws, you lay the seedlings of civil strife. You endorse gay marriage because you know it's ridiculous to be legally married in Vermont and not recognized as married in Tennessee. It's the same with marijuana, weed, pot, hemp. It's all one plant named cannabis sativa. You should be mad enough to fight for clean energy in the form of hemp ethanol. Mad enough to understand what a civil liberty is, and it needs protecting. What I do in the privacy of my own home to recreate, what I put in my own body is none of your goddamn business. And in the words of the late, great MCA, my friend Adam Yauch for the Beastie Boys, you need to get mad enough to fight for your right to party! The cannabis sativa plant could once again be the key strategic and economic commodity of our time. It's one plant. It must be freed in its entirety to once again serve us as a fuel and medicine, once again help us to rebuild America. So, Mr. President, wherever you are, I hope you hear my plea to free the weed. Stop creating crimes in this country in order to punish them. Stop creating crimes in this country in order to profit for them. Yes, I've seen the future, and it's in the past. Let us go back and grow our own fuel. Let us go back and grow our own medicine. Let us enjoy the pursuit of happiness unencumbered by your special interests. Let us be free to enjoy the weed God put here for us to enjoy. So God bless you, and God bless America.